That's why. And by the way, when you have your Zoom like this, I see that you see in another screen, right? Because I don't feel like you watch on me.
Yes, the camera is on my laptop to the right, but I've got you on my big monitor.
Okay, this is something that you can change in the future because
Yeah, I can get a video camera if I need to for my big monitor, but
yeah, because people love see your face and feel like they're talking with you, right?
sure,
And you're talking with someone.
I can stare at that computer. In fact, I can move your window over there.
Yeah, exactly. The second thing is that you can think about light because now it's very, I don't understand light. It's very like white light or what? Because
I
you're
don't
very,
have any. This is just the natural light in the room at the moment.
okay. For example, me, again, I just share some marketing stuff with you, right?
Sure,
Because we can use a lot of videos in the future for your marketing. And for example, me, I will show you right now. I've bought for $99. First of all, I have this wall, right? And I
yep,
have several like different like green, black, and everything, but I have lights like this.
sure. I
And
have all the lights. I actually
yeah,
have green. I have green screens too.
that's why
So if
it
I
just,
need to use them, I can make use of
yeah,
that.
you have a beautiful background. We just need to think about your video, right?
Yeah. It's like
Because
you're seeing a photographed image.
yeah.
Yeah, my office actually has furniture that I built in the background. So
Okay, okay, it's good. You're building furniture.
I build furniture occasionally. So
It's good. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I'm actually building some tables for my office right now. So
Oh,
one of them is complete, and another one's about 80% of the way there.
okay. Send me a picture when you've done. Okay, I'm very excited. For me, people who can build something, they're unique people. Okay.
In fact, that was one of the options I was considering. It's like maybe I'll just start a cabinet and furniture building business because the problem that I see with that is most people don't realize what it actually costs to build real furniture made of real wood because real wood's not cheap anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's a lot of time, but it's different energy when you use this furniture, right? It's different energy.
I made my wife's parents a dining room table and a china cabinet and a sideboard years and years ago. Um, Amazing furniture, but it cost me over $600 to get the wood. I
Yeah.
ended up selling it after they passed away for $300 and was like, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah. 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 Okay. To come back to I'm going to ask many questions, but the first thing to just for marketing, from marketing perspective, to have a beautiful picture, like video, high quality and good light, it's good to have because what's happening right now, Jerry, many people they use Chat GPT to create a lot of posts in their social media, right? And people they some kind of tired from very Chat GPT text, right? That's why now LinkedIn promotes videos more than anything else because in video we can see that it's you or your avatar, okay? But hopefully it's you. That's why some video content is critical important for your social media, okay?
Hmm.
I will show you next sprint. You will have videos about how to create videos with AI. That's why I will show you the easiest way. But before we go to marketing, I'm going to ask many questions. Okay, we touched it a little last time, but I want to create some notes. Okay, in general, how many years you have been working as a business consultant?
At least 30.
30, friend zero. Okay. Do you know how many maybe industries did you work with?
Oh, it's been at least a dozen, at least.
It's good to count one day because I worked with 35 industries so far. And
It wouldn't surprise me if it was that high, but it's like, okay, it's like the ones that I can think of just off the top of my head, at least a dozen.
yeah, that's why when you have a cup of tea or cup of coffee, really just create some notes and count because those numbers will be part of your marketing as well. Like, okay, you invested, like you worked 30 years as a business consultant. You worked with 20 different industries.
Yep,
Uh, and like we will need some numbers because those numbers they will go to your marketing campaign. Okay.
sure. Yeah,
Uh,
it's like when I worked as the pre-sales manager for a software company. So in that capacity, I worked with a lot of different types of companies.
You see, it's marketing. This is how you package the same information but different angle. Okay. What is your top five names of organizations which are very well known you worked with?
Well, Boeing would be one,
Okay, good.
Bank of America,
Mm-hmm.
NEC,
Mm-hmm.
the Federal Reserve Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who would be another one? You've heard of Cisco Foods?
Yeah.
I've worked with them. I worked with ConAgra a lot out of Omaha. So those are companies not everybody's heard of, but it's like, okay, they are there in everybody's lives, whether they realize it or not.
Yes. Yes, but
So
it's
that would
very
be
good.
a short list.
Yeah, but it's good because when you go to any Chamber of Commerce meetings or business events,
All right.
say, "Hey, I
Well,
worked 30 years, and my last company was Boeing, Bank
well,
of."
I just rolled off of a project at Comcast. Everybody's heard of Comcast.
Exactly.
Um,
You
I've
see?
worked with
You
Cox.
just need three,
So,
but you just need three names, which you will share very quick. Like, hey, my name is Jerry. Last 30 years, I worked with big companies as a business consultant, like companies like Bank of America, Boeing, something else. And now I have a mission to share my knowledge with local businesses.
hmm
This is your basically sales speech where you share that many years you worked with such great organizations. You have so much value, and now you have a mission to share this value and knowledge with local businesses.
hmm
And they should be just happy that you came in this event. Okay. But this is how you will present yourself. It's your mission to support local companies because you know how to help them. And now you will make your knowledge affordable for them because you're very close to retirement and you want to do something meaningful for your local business community.
And
It's
I'd rather not be getting on planes every week anymore.
but it's logical, right? It's a different story than okay, I don't have a job, I need someone to pay my bills, right?
Well, that is not even a concern. If I
I
wanted
know.
to retire now, I could. It's like it wouldn't be an issue at all. It's like, you know what? I've got a lot to offer companies. It's just
Exactly. Yes, you're a provider and you have so much things to share with them because they just didn't have a chance even to have this knowledge because you was busy all your life, like last 30 years, right?
I don't know if you picked it up by looking at my LinkedIn profile, but I used to be an internet marketing coach as well.
Wow.
Actually working with small businesses to figure out, how can we do lead generation for you?
Woohoo,
What are
look
the
at
things that you have to set up and actually get working, and how do we continue improving and making sure that the money that you spend actually yields some results?
it's wonderful. It's very good. Your community will be very happy to have you, okay? Okay, 30 years, big names. Okay, let me ask you this. What was top three problems which you solved for such companies last 30 years? Just three biggest problems.
The biggest problem universally is people problems.
Hmm.
Teaching leadership, how it has changed now that we are in the information age. We are not in the industrial age any longer. We're in the information age, and leadership has to function differently. In most cases, we're dealing with knowledge workers instead of people assembling things on a production line. So they need to be treated differently, and there's a different set of rules that are in play now. So that was number one. It's like, how do you become what we call a servant leader? What are the rules? And I actually have an Agile manifesto specifically for servant leaders. What are the things you need to be doing? The second problem was, it's like, how do I get people to get focused on doing the most important things now? So don't worry about getting everything done. There's always going to be more work to do than you can possibly get done. Let's find those most important things and let's make sure that we fix them. We get them done first. The last thing was always understanding your business process and realizing that, you can work on improving your business processes and actually make it worse. You need to understand the business process, where your bottlenecks or constraints are, and work on fixing those so that you can increase the throughput capacity of your system and therefore improve your business. So those are the three main ones that I would talk about. And actually, I don't know if I told you this last month. I did a presentation at one of our community practices about how would you feel about walking into your client's office and asking or stating that you could confidently double their productivity, hiring no new people and buying no new software. And then I spend the rest of the presentation going through using some case studies and saying, this is how you shouldn't feel bad about being able to do that. That should be an easy thing, doubling your productivity. So I gave him the references, the HP case study from, it's 20 years ago now, where they got an 8 times increase in productivity, hiring no new people, not buying any software. But the focus was get your people doing the most important stuff and take the things off their plate that they shouldn't be doing. Don't get people tied up in their jobs doing things that don't deliver any value. If we can do those things, and then we can begin to understand your value streams and how things tie together, we should be able to double your productivity without any challenge.
What is value stream for small and medium organizations in simple language?
Everything is a value stream. So if you're talking about a company that's receiving orders, a value stream always has a trigger event. The customer is influenced that says, yes, I want to buy something. Then there's a series of steps that they have to go through in order to actually deliver the value to them. It could be I'll take the woodworking, like, okay, somebody decides to buy custom cabinets from me. I need to buy, once they've committed to it, I need to buy the materials. I need to do get the specifications. I need to establish how much linear I have. There's a series of steps and handoffs that need to be followed so that I can effectively deliver the product at the end, the value to the customer. That is what a value stream is. And you can apply it in any kind of business, any kind of human endeavor. We always have a trigger event, a series of steps that are going to be followed, and a delivery of value. The trick to a value stream is understanding where are my constraints, what limits my ability to deliver capacity. And if I understand that, that means that I can focus my efforts on improving the throughput capacity of my value stream and actually be able to do more. But if I ignore that and spend time improving the processes that aren't my constraint, I can actually make my situation worse and reduce the capacity of my system. So understanding how systems work is a key component to increasing capacity.
Very good one. Look at you. You're great on camera. Let me because we're going to use these materials. Which top 3 advices you will give a business owner of small and medium organizations in 2025?
Right. So understand how leadership works today. So that's the first thing for a business owner or manager. It's like it is not the same as it was. It isn't what I was taught in my MBA program, 40 years ago. It is a different set of rules that we play by now, and you need to understand why. And if they want a book that delineates this, I refer to David Marquet's book, Leadership as Language. So in there, he did an amazing job. He's not an agile promoter, but he described the human underlyings of why agile works. It's based in our mentality, and we know this intuitively. Everything that we do it in two different modes. When you're actively learning something, it's challenging, it's exhausting, but once you get proficient at it, it becomes something that you do almost without thinking about. He calls that, when it's become automated for us, red work. The blue work is deciding, learning, actually spending the mental effort to do things. That he calls that blue work. That is the foundation of Agile. Understanding how the human mind works and realizing that we need to spend some time in blue work to figure out what we're going to do, but then we need to move into red work and let our people do the things they do automatically. They do it naturally without thinking about it, and get them focused on that, because that's when they're most efficient. If they're constantly flipping back and forth, we take away from their efficiency. So that's the one thing we got to learn, how to actually be a leader in today's world. The second thing is I need to understand you. So what is my vision? What are my goals? Probably the most common complaint I heard from development teams over the last 10 years is we don't know what we're working on. We don't know what the bigger picture item that we're working on delivering is, and we don't feel connected to it. Your people need to feel connected to what they're doing, and that gets into breaking down work, taking a big vision, breaking it into its components, and saying, okay, these are the major components that we need to do, and maybe we need to break them down to another layer below that, and say, here are the workflows that are associated with building up. I'll call them features for the to execute the vision. Those are the pieces that we have to get in place in order to successfully do something. And it allows us to prioritize that work so that we can focus on that, getting the most important work done first. Uh, those are the big things that I would hit on in terms of understanding how a business works.
Can you summarize for me, like in TikTok style, and tell me, just give three advices, like 1, 2, 3, as a summary?
Okay, so if I'm working with any organization, I always refer to, I'm stealing this from Gene Kim and Jez Humble, the three ways. They define the three ways. There are three things that I focus on in working with a company. How do I improve flow? How do I get more through the system? But in order to do that successfully, I need to have number two, which is feedback systems. How do I build proper feedback systems so that the leadership and any stakeholders are out there can understand how we're doing and hopefully identify a problem before it becomes an insurmountable problem or a serious problem. And the fourth one is I better be working on continuous learning and continuous improvement. I need to be working on, perhaps even more important than focusing on what I'm doing today, I need to focus on how do I improve what I'm doing today and tomorrow, and get a little bit better. If I don't consistently do those three things, I won't have success.
Mm-hmm. Very good one. Imagine the situation that I have my business, and I came to you and say, hey, Jerry, I have a problem. We have a huge turnover. We're losing 50% of people during the year. What can I
Sure.
do?
Sure. Yeah, so we need to take a look at, how are they feeling about their work? So one of the um, paradigms that I focus on is another little thing I stole from G. Kim and Jez Hummel. It's called the five ideals of work. How do I create an environment that my people will feel comfortable in working in, and feel like they have the ability to do what we're asking them to do, and I'm giving them the autonomy to actually do it. And I can run through the five ideals if you'd like. So the first one is just locality and simplicity. How many, if when we're giving somebody work to do or assigning in Agile, we're building their backlog and giving the ability to pull things from the backlog. Do they understand fully what is necessary to do that? And B, can they do it on their own without running around in the company and having to find other people? So can they do it with just what they have? So that's locality and simplicity. The second one is focus, flow, and joy. So am I giving them ample time to focus on the work, not get distracted? Are people not tapping them on the shoulder and saying, drop everything you're doing and do this instead? And so we want them to have the ability to focus, because that's where they get into that red zone where they're doing the operating as and doing red work. And the joy part is the aha moment. I call that the aha moment. As a former developer, you think about it, it's like even the most complicated problems. It was when you finally found the solution. It's like, yes, now I got it. It's like there it is. And it's a euphoria. So when you actually find the solution to the problem, you actually can do that. Uh, the third one, third is continuous improvement of daily work. So we kind of talked about that. So um, even more important, I think, than doing the daily work is working on improving the daily work. So giving the people the time to sit back and think about, is there a way we could do this better before they jump in and actually start doing the work? But we want to do that intermittently. Don't want to be doing it all the time, thinking about, is there a better way? We want to commit to what we're doing, complete the tasks, and then move on. The fourth is psychological safety. So this is a big one with dealing with managers and people. It's like if they don't feel comfortable coming to you with a solution, and if you relate it back to the Toyota quality management system, this is the and-on cord. Whenever somebody sees something that doesn't look right to them, they should have the ability and the authority to stop the whole process. Stop everything now, because it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot more efficient to fix problems when they're first noticed than it is after they go further down the line. And that doesn't matter what type of thing that I'm working in. It's always that way. It's always harder to fix something after it's been released into production. And the fifth one is customer focus. It's amazing how frequently you can ask a development team. It's like, did you get feedback from the customer on this? And they'll say, we don't even know what the customer needs. So they don't have any interaction with the customer. If you can follow those 5 steps, you're creating an environment that the people will feel enabled in, and they will feel more ability to participate in the decision-making process, and they'll be happier with that. So our goal is to get people to the point where they feel like they can step up and be a part of the process and not just a cog in the wheel.
Very good. Last question in this set of questions. What is your superpower as a business?
My superpower is the ability to walk in technical and business environments and continually work and communicate with both sides. So I have pretty good communication skills and can speak the language of both parties. That's quite unusual. I also happen to be a world-class instructor, so that doesn't hurt me.
What is your passion in what you do?
I like to get better at what I'm doing. Doesn't matter what it is. It's like well, you mentioned woodworking to you. I have absolutely zero aptitude for woodworking, but I've kind of overcome that, and now I build furniture and do some professional things. I never knew how to play golf when I was a teenager. My dad decided he wanted to play. I'm a workaholic when it comes to improving, and I would stay and hit balls until my hands bled to get better. And because of that, in a couple of years, I was a teaching pro. So I learn how to do things and I teach others. When I went to grad school, it's like I found I had an aptitude for computers. So I taught computer classes. And frequently I taught a computer class 1 or 2 days after I had first seen the product. And sometimes it was only 2 or 3 pages ahead of the students in teaching the class. I don't have to fully understand anything to be able to explain it effectively.
Very good one. Okay, Jerry, what we've done right now, we recorded several videos for you, which you're going to use in the future. That's why it's good. And I will tell you, you're very good on camera because I
Oh
did
yeah.
exercise with many people, and sometimes it's just not their gift, right? But it's your gift. You have a charisma, you have knowledge, you have passion, you have very good voice. Your timbre of voice, it's very clear and it's interesting to listen. That's why video, it's your superpower power as well. Okay.
Well, it's why I mean I'm a really good public speaker and articulate. I can just discuss very complex topics and bring them down to the average person's level and understand how it applies to their lives.
And
It's just interesting that that is who I am. So
yeah,
it's like I'm not lacking in skill in this particular environment. I just need to get a marketing funnel set up.
yeah, exactly. This is why we're here, right? And this is, again, you have so much value to share, and people should receive it, right? This is the goal. Next week, you will have several lessons about AI. And one solution will be about creating small videos from one big video.
Mm,
You will download this video and you can play with AI, and you will have some short videos and you can publish them in your LinkedIn, okay?
sure.
Because it's a very good one. But we will need to work with your camera in the future. Okay?
Oh yeah, I mean I've got all the camera equipment anyway. I have, as I said, I have green screens, I have lighting, I have
Yeah.
everything that is necessary. So
That's
for my
it's
internet marketing days.
Yeah, but now you have a purpose. Now you have actions, right? Okay. That's because it's your power, and we will use it a lot in your marketing next 6 months at least, right? Maybe you're going to be a YouTube blogger. We never know, right?
Could be. It's like I look at the people who do it now, and it's like I speak better than most of
Exactly.
them.
Exactly. Exactly. My mom, she was 72 and she became YouTube blogger, and she has millions of views and millions of followers. She's just creating videos about gardening, and she makes a lot of money and she's happy, right? It doesn't matter when you start. The most important, like, what you have something to share. Okay, it's good. We have videos. I'm very happy about that. Okay. To come back to your experience and you shared, do you have something to share about your past experience with me?
What are you looking for? Any specifics about what you're looking for?
I'm looking for data, some data which will show that you're the best expert in the world.
Did you read some of the reviews that I got? There's at least three that are still out there where they're waiting because there's like, okay, what do you want me to say?
And you can give them some text. Yeah.
Well, and I mentioned it's like several of them. It's like they looked at it and said, "That's an unusual request. What are you doing? I might be interested."
Yeah. Yeah. But again, you connected with them, and you mentioned that some people, they wanted to ask more questions about what you do.
Mm.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
got a
not
couple
about your
people, I
market,
owe a few
yeah, but
co
potential clients. That's why it's good to have a follow-up with them and ask how they're doing, what is their problems, and then tell them that you have a little available time for next couple weeks. Because they're
Yeah,
very,
so getting back to your original question, it's like when working for Boeing, I was working on their global supply chain, and Boeing has interesting problems associated with their global supply chain because in some cases they're working with storing weapons, which have lifespans associated with them. So it's like we can't just order a whole bunch of product to be sitting there on the shelves that needs to be brought in. And I said, well, can we rewrite these contracts such that we commit to buying X amount from the vendor, but we do it on a schedule of deployment so that A, they don't have to build it all at once, and B, they can deliver it more on a schedule that allows us to consume it based on our expected capacity. So that was one of the things that I helped Boeing actually get worked out. Another thing that I was working on is they were doing an SAP conversion to S/4HANA, which is their cloud-based tool. And it wasn't just coming from one SAP version to another. They were importing data from some of their homegrown systems. Well, this required a lot of data manipulation because it's like not every field that is in the original system exists in the same capacity or same way in the SAP system. So you need to have at least several levels of staging in between the two so that you can start to correct and make the adjustments to the data so that it will populate the S4 HANA database effectively. And when I took over the team that I was working with, they had a 90% failure rate of data coming through. 90%.
Hmm.
That's bad. So I help them with master data management to understand, is there what are the things that I have to do and how can I head this off and get it manipulated up front? And by the time I was only with them for 6 months, their strikes got me and they cut a whole bunch of contractors and I was one of them. But we got them down to 40%. All right, so that's a 50% improvement they get of data going through. It
Hmm.
is simply because they didn't understand how data works and how data needs to be manipulated and how it needs to be translated and how I use ETL products effectively to actually make those changes. So just out of Boeing, those are a couple of things that I did for them. Just recently with Comcast, we were working on something on the feedback systems. We were building dashboard systems to effectively or to basically display what are how are things progressing in our agile development? Because the problem with that happens in most organizations with agile is you've got the teams out there, they're doing their work, we've got sprints set up, we've got enough infrastructure around them. We don't have effective feedback systems which are keeping the leadership informed as to what the progress are. And there are a number of different metrics that we start with. I always start with the Dora metrics. I don't know if you've heard of those. So Dora metrics is one dashboard that we would set up, and then I've got a flow framework set of metrics. It's like how do I take a look at how well things are flowing through my systems.
Hmm.
So I helped them get them set up. I actually worked with a vendor that I'm familiar with, and in just a couple of weeks, we got not off of their data, but off of test data because I didn't have access to their data. We got them live working dashboards
Wow.
that were actually showing these metrics and some of the additional metrics that they were talking about. So it is very possible if we work correctly that we can get quick results out of things and get you the information that I need. And this is something that I see it's done very poorly even in big companies. I can imagine how poorly it's done in a lot of companies. It's like if you don't have proper feedback, you can't properly fulfill your role and do the job that you are supposed to be doing. You become a
Yeah.
micromanager by necessity. And we
Yeah.
got to get you out of that because that's not the most effective use of your time.
Hmm. Yeah. They have those problems. They have millions of problems.
I know they do.
They need you, okay? And what was your maximum teams which you help, which were you help with agility at the same time?
Yeah, so the biggest set of teams that I worked with was about 30 teams at Discover Financial.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
At Boeing, we had several groups. We usually split the arts, if you're familiar with the term art, um, into 10 to 15 teams. So I was running three different arts at one time at Boeing. So they would have their PI planning and slightly different times. So we would go from one to another. So I was probably their lead agile coach
Okay.
at Boeing while I was there. Just because that's who I am. Unfortunately, the strike got me, but that's okay. You move on.
How did you find clients last 5 years? Like even 3 years, okay? What was your
So
process?
it's not really been me finding the clients. It's been the companies that I've worked for that have found the clients. Although I will tell you, they're having a hard time finding clients for me because most people do not understand what an agile coach does or the value that they bring, and they have no idea how to write a statement of work which properly employs me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know what more I can do. I mean, I literally should record the presentation that I made last month and say, "Are you willing to double, triple, or quadruple your productivity. Because if you are, then I can show you how to do it. But I can only do it if you allow me to. So this is the restriction. I can show you the mechanisms and the levers to pull. It's up to you as to whether we actually do it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is so true. But because sometimes they say that they're ready, but they
Oh, lip service is one of the favorite things. It's like, yes, even the kind of the consulting firm that I work for now, it's like they pay lip service to Agile, but their method of operation is so anti-Agile. It's not even, it's unbelievable. I'll give you an example. One of the vendors that I worked with offered to give us, Capgemini, a 500 user perpetual license for all of their products so that we could use it internally to get our consultants trained and get people educated, use it for demos and that's.
Mhm.
I've been fighting with them for over a year and a half to try and get this done. And it's just, oh, well, I need this approval and I need this approval and I need this approval. It's like they're going to host it. It's going to cost us nothing. It's only for internal use. Why are you making this such a torturesome event? It's like it's even I'm working with a VP on this. He sent me an email this morning. He said my head's on my desk, but I want to keep pushing forward. It's like I can't believe this. Companies shoot themselves in the foot so
Yeah,
often, and
unfortunately, yeah.
it's not just big. It's not big companies do it. It's not just small companies because they don't know. It's big companies because they don't have their eyes on the right thing. They're not worried about delivering value to the customer. Too often they're worried about, oh, well, I want to pay 20% less for this software that would make it easier for all of my people to do it. Uh, I gave the example, I worked with the Federal Reserve Bank and I taught them how to do SAFE.
Hmm.
And in our first PI planning, we didn't have the proper products in place, and the pre PI planning prep was very onerous. It's always kind of bad the first time you go through it. But even the second time, well, we got a good, better tool in place. We reduced the amount of effort in the PI planning prep by 80%.
Wow.
It's because if you have a purpose-built tool that actually does what is it is necessary to do this, you don't spend time building spreadsheets and copying things from place to place and building PowerPoint slides. You don't do those things because it's not necessary. And this is something, it's one of my, I tilt at windmills a lot about this. It's like the status meeting. How much time are you spending or are your people spending building PowerPoint slides or collecting the data necessary to properly inform you? So they're pulling the data out of systems instead of having a system in place that would inform you without any effort on their part. So if you don't have that, we are asking our people to waste a really large percentage of their time. So
Yeah.
that's the first thing we can look at and say, okay, let's find out how to make this a transition. I like to transition my status meetings into not a discussion of where we are, but an address of what are the actions we need to take. If
Hmm.
there's something that's obviously wrong, we need to identify that and actually begin to identify what is necessary to solve that problem. Instead of spending, an hour, sometimes 3 to 4 hours, just going through, okay, these are the things that I worked on. It's like you should already know that because it's in the system.
Yeah, yeah. But it's the same problems in small and medium organizations
Of
right now.
course.
They
Yep.
don't have data, like they have a lot of data everywhere, and they spend hours and hours to create dashboards or Excel files every
Yep.
week and just, hey, let's
And by the time they actually get presented to them, they're out of date and obsolete anyway.
exactly. That's why they need to have automation. Okay, to come back to my question, Jerry, you had some consulting companies which sent you some clients, or you had a contract with them,
Hmm.
or you had a contract and they gave you some clients.
Both. I've done it both ways.
Okay. Hmm. And when you had your last client, like when did
As
you
a
have
as a
when
contract, that
is
was
it
in 2022, I had a couple.
No, no, I mean when you worked with your last client, like
Oh,
when work last
in
time
June.
in June. Oh, no bad. June, it just was recently, right?
Yeah.
Good. Usually people answer like Marina. My last client I had like 8 months ago. That's why
No.
you're in better.
Well, I'm not your average even agile coach. So even if Capgemini were to let me go, it usually takes me about 3 months to land another gig.
Yeah,
And and I can almost always improve my pay scale. In fact, I'm so underpaid by Capgemini, it's not even funny. And they know that. As I said, they don't know how to position me anyway, so I'm kind of an odd duck to them.
yeah. What is your revenue goals for 2025?
Well, we're already halfway through.
Yeah.
So if I were to start with this, I mean, the first objective is to clear the first barrier and get the first client.
Mm-hmm.
So getting to the point where I could do $20,000 a month would be, I think, very, very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, it doesn't, it's not hard for me to imagine making 50,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. Because we will need this information for building sales funnel. And again, I remember that you took $1 million from your bank account from your wife. That's why it will be wonderful to return those money.
Well, and actually, what I would probably do is I would use those funds to go buy a house in Spain or Portugal and say, okay,
Yeah,
we're ready. It's like whenever we're ready to go, let's go do it.
yeah. But for people like you, I think it's great to have like big vision, big goal, which will inspire you. And then you will make your 50K per month, but you will have like big goal.
Well, and it's been unfortunate, and I don't know why, but it's like, I hope you agree with me at this point. I really should be on stage making presentation to large audiences.
Exactly.
I'm very good at it. I'm very articulate. I love to be on the cutting edge. I have a really good ability to relate really technical stuff back to and bring it back down to earth and say, how could we use this? How can I make use of it in my business? I've somehow missed that my whole career. Actually, I loved it when I was a pre-sales manager because often I got to present in front of large audiences. I miss that. That's something that is like that is would be the way for me to get an audience and build a funnel. It's like present and get into and let me teach people how to actually make use of technology to leverage it in their businesses. And you know what? As an independent consultant, I'm not afraid of working with big companies either. I've done it. So I can walk into a big company and say, hey, yes, I can fix your problem. You've got to be on board. I can't fix it without leadership support. So if you want to support me in this, fine. If you don't, I'd rather not get started. So let's just agree not to work together.
Yeah. Did you mentioned last time that you connected with some local chamber of commerce, right? Are you a member of chamber of commerce or
I
not?
used to be.
You
I
were.
used because as an internet marketing coach, I used to
Yeah.
make presentations to them occasionally. So,
Hmm.
but they are literally 2 blocks from my house, so I I walk over by them frequently.
Hmm.
So
Because
here's a question for you. It's like I I used to have an S corp. What
mhm,
kind of legal entity would you recommend for this kind of activity?
I have LLC.
Okay.
Yeah, and I open it online for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not doesn't take much to create a new document. It's like I'm tempted. It's like I just sent in the papers to turn off my S corp. It's like maybe I need to call them back because I haven't cashed the check yet and say, forget about the paperwork I sent you. It's like I think I've got something that I might need that for. So um, having a legal entity makes it a lot easier to
You
deduct
will need it.
expenses and those
Yeah,
types of things. You're
yeah, you will
gonna
need
need it.
it because it's business, right? It's your business. They will have like sometimes they send in Venmo. They don't care, right? Like some business owners, they like, okay, I just will Venmo and like, hey, let's sign up a contract, okay? And like, I don't need it, Marina. Like, hey, I need it, okay? That's why for them, it's everything is more like much simpler than for big organizations with the 20 pages NDA, but still you need to have some legal way to receive money.
Well, yeah, and obviously I need to have a contract that uh, keeps me out of trouble. Yes, I'm going to give you advice. I
Yeah,
don't run your business though. So
exactly. Yeah, and have
I'm going
many.
to give you some of the best advice available in the industry.
Yeah,
I'm not in control of executing those things. You don't want me to be in control of your business. You want me to help you get to the point where you can make your business better.
yeah. But at the same time, you can be self-employed, right? And I didn't have LLC from the beginning, and I mean, and I just paid taxes. Like now, right now, I think it should be the simplest way because how to deal with money is the second topic. How to create a
Yeah, it's
income.
that's further down the road. It's like I
Yeah,
gotta get a marketing funnel in place.
yeah, yeah, and
I'm
create.
hoping that it's not going to be hard to sell me to people. I just need to get in
Yeah,
front of
exactly.
people.
That's why the easiest way to go to Chamber of Commerce,
Hmm.
and again, Jerry, you're a PhD level. Imagine that you're going to work with third grade. They
Yeah.
need
Oh yeah.
very simple stuff, like very simple. Even what you shared with me today, it is pretty PhD level. Okay, for this,
Yeah.
hey, this is how you will do X, Y, Z. Very, very simple way, right? And they love it. That's why next, like, let me share how our work will look like, and I will help you to onboard. Okay, we have 5 sprints in our program. Okay, and each sprint it's like a module, right? 2 weeks module where every after 2 weeks you will show results. That's why you will start next week, and it will be AI module. It is very powerful module because you're going to use AI for your business. Plus, it is the simple way how to be on the stage in a local chamber of commerce because everybody crazy about AI. But during this presentation, you can explain, hey, AI, it's wonderful. This is how you can use it. But without strong culture, feedback from your customers, nothing happened. And in this case, basically, you will show them that they need something else, right? Not only AI. That's why AI will be next week. Finish your thought.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that I need to go beyond Chat GPT and also talk about Copilot because people that are invested in the Microsoft world are going to use Copilot.
Yeah,
They're going to use
exactly. Yeah, that's why you need to know both, right? And next module, 2 weeks module, will be about AI. And
it.
you will play with this video because we will need this stuff as well. But at the same time, you mentioned like Marina, I have a passion to be on this stage. I have so much
I love that.
there. I love it. And I do believe that money, they exist in the same room. Where is your passion? And it's easy to find your passion, and money will find you very fast after that, right? That's why if you're passionate to be on the stage, and I can see you're gifted to be on the stage, online stage and offline stage. That's why I would invest your time in a local chamber of commerce and be on the stage with them and online as well.
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating. It's like I used to use a tool called Snagit, which allowed me to record online videos. So screenshots was like walking through. So it was easy for me to do make a PowerPoint presentation and do a walkthrough of that presentation. Um, but Capgemini won't allow me to have it. Like, you've got to be kidding me. It's such a tool. It costs like $11 a year to have the tool. And it's such a powerful thing. I don't know if you've ever used e-learning tools. I used to use them a lot because it's a lot easier when I'm explaining something to somebody. It's a lot easier for me to record a 5-minute video
Yeah,
than it is to write a document, and I can put the
yeah,
videos together in an e-learning course. And then when something changes, I can go back and re-record a 5-minute video to replace the one that was there before. It makes my life easier. It makes everybody's life easier. It's something that I would sell to businesses is like, hey, if you are needing to provide documentation and training to your customers, I would recommend this. And I can teach them how to do that.
yeah. But does it work right now for you, right? You can record those lessons or videos in this
I can
on.
do it on my personal computer. I can't
Ah,
do it on my work. Cat,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
weird about what they won't allow me to install anything,
But in this
basically.
case, again, you need to have a good computer, just personal computer for all stuff, which you will learn even from AI perspective, right?
Yep.
and
Yep.
for yourself. But again, my main point is that you can be on this stage online and offline, and they're equally valuable. Because
Well,
when you
can you imagine me giving a presentation about how to double, triple, or quadruple your
that is
productivity?
this is what you have to do. Like you should just record it and just
Oh,
do them again and again.
I'll do that.
Again, I will tell you next time because we step by step, right? For example, create like I did it in the beginning. I created for free in Eventbrite events, free webinar, and people sign up for that, like local people, right? I wrote like it's new technologies for Knoxville, for example, right? And you can create those webinars for free, and in the beginning you'll have 5 people, then you'll have 25 people, because if you share like, hey, this is 3 simple steps how to double your productivity.
Well, and I'm about to start working on another presentation to define the 3 ways and the 5 ideals. It's like, you want to make your business work better? It's like, okay, so how am I going to improve my flow? How am I going to improve my feedback? And then what are the activities I need to be doing for continuous learning and continuous improvement? So how do I work on those 3 things? Because they're all symbiotic. They tie together.
Exactly.
And then if I get to the leadership portion, it's like, how do I create an environment for my employees that they feel trusted and feel like they can speak up and feel like they can do actually do the work and are more invested and willing to go above and beyond and not just do the minimum.
Yeah. And everybody, people are interested about this topic, if especially if you give them very practical advices in the end, they will be completely happy. That's why next week you'll have module, and I will share in this module about AI, how to create beautiful presentations, because you need to be very modern. Because you okay, your presentations will be like AI, like modern. Anyway, okay. What we're going to do, I will invite my assistant Fiki, and she will help us create schedule. Because what we're going to do, because you're a genius and I can see it. And for genius, I need to give you double tasks, because other people they can do it and you can. That's why I know, okay, this can handle double tasks. That's why what we're going to
You probably figure out I get bored easily too. So
do. Anyway, we will have 2 week sprints with you. You will be in main program, and each 2 weeks you will share your results with our community. But also we will book one-to-one sessions with me every 2 weeks as well. And we will go deeper in different topics and just see how we can apply everything in your business, okay? That's why we'll have a lot of meetings with me. Be ready to see my face a lot. But I'm very excited. And we will
hopefully I
have,
haven't disappointed you at all so far.
I'm not going to disappoint. I see a genius. I love to work with genius. It's an honor to work with genius because I'm growing up, and I love grow all the time, like you. Today to be better than yesterday, and tomorrow to be better than today, right? And that's why we'll create our schedule, and we will go through this schedule. And next module, it will be about AI. Okay. And play with this video. I will share this video, and please download all, I think, 3 different files. You will need all of them, because one file when we're talking together, one file when you're talking only by yourself, and you can use those files with AI and create small videos, okay, for social
Well, I
media.
also have Camtasia as well, so I
Yeah,
have video editing software.
yeah, that's why you can editing by yourself, or AI can do it for you very quickly.
Yep.
It's up to
I
you.
would love to figure out an easier way to do it because it was always kind of painful.
Yeah, I will show you a very easy way where for 10 minutes you can create 50 pieces of great videos with the caption, with everything. It will, that's why you will use this video as well. And as a summary, please work with your light and your camera and your picture, because you're going to be on the stage online a lot. That's why you need to be ready for webinars. You see, I have a good light. I have, like, you need to create this beautiful environment for videos. This is step number 1. So the step number 2 explore your chamber of commerce and see if they have any mixers, like any live meetings, and be there. You need to show up, you need to show that you exist, and listen them what is happening. Maybe you have several chambers, and be in different chambers events
Oh
before
yeah.
you pay monthly or year fee. Just understand which one is more active.
Right.
Because in my location, I have 4 near me, and 2 are very active and 2 are not. And I was for free in some events. I talked with them, I met them. And after that, I decided, okay, I'm going to be part of 2 because they're active. Okay. And in
Yep.
this case, you will start your actions to be a speaker online and offline as well.
Well, and I'll tell you what else I'll do is I'll take some of the presentations I've done in the past and I will record them because those are the topics that it's like, okay, these are missing pieces that I see in businesses today. So here's how to address them, the problem.
I love it. And people, they after COVID, they changed so much. They don't have passion to watch videos more than 5 minutes. They don't have,
Hmm.
their brain doesn't work. That's why
Yep.
create small, one question answer. Like I call it TikTok style. How to increase your productivity? 3 simple steps, or 3 biggest mistakes why your team doesn't work well. Like, and answers, video and answer, and then you will cut them and you'll have a lot tons of great content.
Yep. Not worried about content. And I actually write pretty well too. So I don't know if you read any of the posts that I've actually got out on LinkedIn. I just started doing that recently because it's like, all right, nobody else is saying this stuff. I need to
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah, but you're okay. For example, your niche, like, okay, how to double your productivity with the same people, for example, and it will be one message, and you will go like Tony Robbins in the same message on the stage from the stage, right? Because everybody, how can I really increase my productivity with the same people?
Hmm.
With the same, because in this case, if you double my productivity, you will double my profit, because I'm not going to hire more people, but I will increase my
Right.
revenue or cut my cost. All right. That's why you will impact directly for profit by increasing my productivity. Right. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm very excited. I will share with you this video. Please download all files and tell me when you download, and I will delete it from my Zoom memory as well. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, what was the most valuable thing uh, in this conversation for you?
I'm just appreciating getting affirmations. It's like that I have the kind of value that I have perceived myself to have. And it's like my company doesn't recognize this. So it's nice to actually feel appreciated.
Jerry, I will tell you more. It's not fair for you to be not recognizable. It's not fair for this world to keep those knowledge in your box and share only with your wife and couple friends. It's not fair. You can't do it anymore. You have to go on the stage. You have to be loud. You have so many things to share. It's your legacy. You will gone one day, and something will be there still. And people will use this information when you're not going to be on this planet. It's something that you can leave on this planet because it's your legacy. Does it make sense?
Hmm.
That's why you don't have another choice. It's not about money. It's not about be famous. It's about to leave something meaningful in this planet because you have it. And if other people didn't respect it or didn't appreciate it because they lived in very crazy world, it's their problem. But there are so many hungry people who wants to change. They don't know how, right? They have completely chaos in their processes. They have a lot of data everywhere. They don't know how to inspire people. They use MBA approach with KPIs and all this stuff. They just don't know,
It doesn't work.
and it
It
doesn't
doesn't
work.
work.
And they burn themselves. They don't
And they're
understand.
focused on the wrong problems.
They work harder and harder, and they have less and less results, and they burn out. They
Right.
try, like I have calls almost every week, like, Marina, I want to sell this business. I'm tired. Like, okay, let's create self-management teams before you will sell this business. And like, Marina, if I have self-management teams, I'm not going to sell this business.
That's right.
You
Well,
see?
it's very interesting. People don't understand you can create silos within teams.
Exactly.
So when I ran into this is another thing I did at Boeing. They gave me the worst team that they had, and there were people that were so expert at doing certain things if nobody else could do them. It's like this is unacceptable. We need to take some of the things off of their plate. Start with the easy things, but find the things that they do and teach other people the easy things to do because we've got to get them out of working 200 hours a month or a week or whatever. It doesn't work. It's like they will leave eventually. So people will burn out if you were completely an experts. And that's when we can get into talking about skill set shapes. So how do I get my teams to be truly cross-functional in working together as a team? And basically, it's the entrepreneurial approach. Everybody should be willing to do anything. There are no job descriptions. So if we take that approach, it's like, yes, we may have an expert. The way that we to get them out of the expert is we don't let them touch the keyboard or actually do the thing they're really best at. They have to coach other people how to do that. Well, everybody wins because you now have more people who can do those things that are scarce resources, and we're taking some of the load off of the expert. And I didn't make this stuff up. This is stuff that I've learned and seen happen. So it's like, let's do it. And let's get you out of the situation that you're in. You wonder why you're having high turnover. This is why. It's like we're either burning people out or we've got people that are sitting there doing nothing and or not don't feel like they are contributing. We got to get everybody feeling like they're contributing and hear their voices and take them into account. And I will teach you about intent-based leadership as well. You don't make decisions, you don't give orders. You set the direction and then you ask the people, how do we get there? Are you willing to do that? Because you have to release, take your hands off the wheel, and you need to let the decisions be made by the people with the best information. It's as simple as that.
Jerry, the world needs you, okay? They need it, really. And again, videos, short videos, when you have like AI tools and just create videos as much as possible and just published and published and published. And it's something that like you just need to do it, okay?
Well, and I I view that as my marketing funnel, really. It's like getting that knowledge out and then referring
Because
people to where I've got it.
it's Jerry, what was the name of this very well-known American movie about one guy? He decided to build not basketball, baseball field in a corn.
Oh, Field of Dreams.
Yes, and he mentioned like you will build it, they will come, right? And he mentioned many times like you will build it and they will come. You need to share this value as much as possible, and they will come because they're hungry.
Well, it's frustrating to be in a company, be employed by a company who does not realize
I
that
quit.
I have any value.
Pierre, I told you my last company enterprise was this year where I helped them to make extra $40 million, and they stopped agile transformation because they told that they're busy, and they shut down all our Kanban boards. And
Hmm.
they told me, Marina, can you download all information in Excel? And people ask about Kanban boards. And I told guys, you have survey like 90% of all employees, they asked you about this tool and you decided to shut down. And they told me
Right.
yes. And I told, I'm done. I'm just done. I don't want to work with enterprise anymore because it's painful. You explain them how you can survive, save them, and they're dying, and they
But
just
what it is behind the scenes is you've got some accountant sitting there and saying, "Oh, well, I
yeah,
want to save this tiny little amount of money," and doesn't realize what the
yep,
total cost of ownership of what he's doing is because he's forcing his people to do things in a manual, repetitive, and error-prone manner. So you're going to have more mistakes, you're going to have less productivity, and you're going to get people frustrated. I
yeah.
mean, I worked with spreadsheets when I, 50 years ago. And that was fine. They're good tools. They're not what you should be running your business on.
Exactly. But Jerry, in my case, for example, we had several pilot teams. We made extra $40 million, and I came and I told them, okay, look, it works. Now we need to apply Agile in executive level. And they
Mm.
told me, oh, no, 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 Marina, can you work with them? We're busy. And I told them, hey, no, I'm not going to work with you if you're not going to be involved because you didn't
Oh,
attend any
I've
demo.
heard this story before. I mean,
Yeah, and
Boeing
I'm
was the same way, and it's like,
and they told me no. And I told them, okay, if no, I'm done. And I left. And they were shocked because they wanted me and they pay money. Like, Marina, work with them somewhere. Like, no, guys, I don't do
well, and
something.
the question that I always want to ask the leadership is like, why are you so busy? Are you sitting in meetings all day long listening to
Exactly.
status reports?
Exactly.
So
For each.
in effect, we don't have you doing very, very productive work. So your days are being consumed by things that are low value. So that's the way you want to live your life. And I used to work with enterprise when 30, 40 years ago. So I'm familiar with them. They're an interesting company.
But at the same time, Jerry, there are so many hungry business owners who wants to change. They made
Mm,
decisions like this. They in game like, okay, Marina, tell me what exactly we need to do. We'll do it tomorrow. Let's change motivation. Let's change motivation. Next week we change individual KPIs for team KPIs for 1 week. Jerry, for
right.
1 week.
Are you familiar with Dean Leffingwell?
I heard about it.
So he was the creator of SAFe,
Oh
Scaled
yeah.
Agile Framework. So one of my favorite quotes from him is, it's like, in order for somebody for actually to be successful with Agile, one of two things has to exist. The house is on fire,
Yeah.
or you have visionary leadership.
Yeah.
So you
Exactly.
walk into a company and say, which one is it?
Yeah.
Because it's like, without the visionary leadership, the leadership buying into this, it won't work.
But Jerry,
You
in
you
in enterprise they don't have both, they don't have fire yet, they're dying slowly. And they
yes.
vision people because they left many years ago because it's just impossible to work there, they don't have both. They're just dying, right? And
Well,
they
Nokia is the example. You think you're too big to fail?
no.
I'm sorry, you're not too big to fail.
Yeah,
Hertz is the company they would refer to in that industry.
yeah,
They were the dominant player years ago. It's like they're going down the tubes
yeah,
because they're not playing the game correctly.
yeah. Anyway, we're on the same page. It's fun to talk with you. Okay, it's good, and you will receive email. You're in Slack. We added you in Slack channel. That's why you will have all information, and you have my WhatsApp as well. Okay.
Very good. All right.
Okay, hugging
Thanks,
you.
Marina.
I wish you a wonderful day. And next time when I see you, I would love to see different light and different quality of your picture. Okay.
I'll
Deal.
work on
Okay.
it. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.